Hey, what's up, everybody? We're live here at Raleigh with Raleigh Ground Online. Hello. Where am I? What's up, Foggy? How are you? We are rocking. I need to get like a. What if there's a way to get like a top-down cam, or I don't know. I have to do something to get a get what you call it going here. Get like the McDo cam and stuff. I set back up my old McDo for the sim. Come on, connect. She wobbling. Figure that out later. All right. Hope I turn that on, huh? PDFL 682. Alright, we are going from, actually, you know what? Going to Raleigh to LaGuardia, completing the turn that I was supposed to do yesterday. But, it's a long day. We were a little tired. Let's look at the A cars. 350 is final. 24, 55 is the squawk. Let's get that set up. We're on mode C. We're gonna go up to. Might have a little bit of scuff. We played with some stuff here. Probably shouldn't have. Yes. Oh, things are working. This is unheard of. This is unheard of on an Aviator Chris stream. All right, Mexico 5, Boozy, Gears, Quebec 87, Hertz Proud 2 into LaGuardia. Transition 6,000 expect. Okay. Let's also double check the ATIS again. We have Foxtrot. Departing 2-3 left and right, so I'm assuming we're going to get 2-3 left out here today. Right, rather, because we're on this side. What's up, Viking Gaming? How are you? Fast here. Oh, googly moogly, because it messes up with like everything. I'll start it for you. Wants an update. I guess we'll update. Gonna mess up all my lighting. Fine. Just to spite you. You're not even paying attention to me. You're just playing Final Fantasy. Well, not right now. I don't know what's about to happen. Whoa, not gonna do it today. What's the Corgi Meister up to for this fine evening? Nice. Yeah, I'll probably be around later. Beating up on Johnny and Night Shift. That was weird. Lumia says it just gave a shout out to Jet Pilot Cinnamon, but I don't see anywhere where that would have been. It's not automatic. He's not even in chat. That is very weird. Oh, my stream is like jacked up. Nobody was gonna tell me this. That I have half a McDo on the screen. Shit. I am actually... No, that I didn't know was a thing. It's because of the pop-out. This might be a problem now. What's up, Iowa? I knew this was going too smooth. Okay, maybe this will work. If you type something, I'll know what your name, how it's spelt there, and I could add you as a mod. It's literally the same as here. Well, then I want to try and do 3 legs potentially today. So we'll see till my tummy tells me I'm hungry and all that good stuff. All right, I think that works. I don't want to open up 2 chats. You don't have to open up 2 chats. I don't want to open up 2 chats. I like how the Elgato prompter has chat integrated beautifully, but it won't work like that with YouTube. And I tried to do something custom a minute ago, and that didn't work, so I scrapped it. So I have to look at my phone for YouTube and that screen for whatchamacallit. All right. Anyway, so we can look at that in a minute. We are loaded up. Let's accept our load sheets. Let's do our performance numbers. Let's rock and roll. See, I don't know why it keeps gives me these really crazy flex temps, like 80 degrees, and I remember reading that IRL, I think the max they normally use is like 60. Could be wrong. But 80 degrees for flex just seems like wild to me. I mean, I know we have 10,000 feet of, yeah. The Phoenix seems to do that now, and I don't remember it ever doing anything that high. I've typically been deleting it if I'm on a shorter runway and just go max continuous. Or I'll just look at whatever the outside air temperature is and I'll just add 10, which is typically what I've been doing, so it's like a little bit reduced. Yeah, anytime I was in the FS Labs bus or the fly-by-wire, I never got over 60. Some of these numbers just seem really high. I'm not sure. Either I'm doing something wrong or something doesn't seem right. I don't know. Alright, everything is set up here. We'll get the APU up. 1001, 1002, 1003. On. Alright, we got ATIS Foxtrot. APU is up. External power. Tests here. everything looks good. Let's see. Doesn't say push and start at my discretion. Yeah, I'm going to be pushing back probably into an active taxiway, so I'm going to assume I have to call them. I don't really do a lot of gate work, so I never really know what the protocol is. I know IRL is usually like ramp control and stuff, right? That's all set. Alright. I think we are ready to go. What gate are we at? That's a good question. I think we're at Charlie 11. Shit. I didn't finish logging into APL, so that would have sucked through this whole flight. And it reminded me to start the A cars for PFL while we're at it. Rally ground, Pro Flight 682, we're ready for pushback and engine start.
For Flight 682, Rally ground, good afternoon. Can we have information, Foxtrot?
We have Foxtrot for Flight 682.
For Flight 682, push and start will be at your own discretion. Expect runway 23 right.
Alright, push and start. In my description, we'll expect 23 right, Pro Flight 682. Alright. Let's go into the old GSX and see how it works. Prepare pushback. So, what's up, 4 days? And thank you. Five seven six 54321.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
And thank you for the follow. All right. Let's buckle up. This one belt on the right side keeps
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
It's annoying. It sounds like it comes up sideways. My setup does move. This is a 3 degree of freedom motion rig. You will probably see the lift here in a second once the once the tug connects.
Locking gear.
Hooks! Alright, we are expecting 2-3 right, so we're going nose left, tail right.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
I guess the jetway didn't decide to kick itself back after I hit the button. Okay, well, whatever. That's expensive. Let's go ahead and start it with one. I guess I was gonna push back into the active taxi. GSX. Oh boy, GSX, where we going? This could be interesting. I don't know, but I'm hoping I'm gonna stop soon.
Please set parking brakes.
We'd start on one, we're gonna go with two.
Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear, right is clear.
You think? Let's go with that checklist here. Alright, I have to start. Anti-eye is not required. ECAM status check. Pitch trim and rudder trim. Let's do this. Let's do
Front,
this.
2 window exits over the wings, and 2 exit doors in the back. All
do that.
exits have evacuation slides to use in an emergency. When directed to exit,
trim
jump
is
onto the
0.9
slide and
up.
move away from the airplane. In a water landing, the exit door slides in the front and back of the airplane can be detached and used for flotation. All exits are clearly marked with signs and opening instructions. If
Up,
needed, exit path lighting in
down,
the aisle will illuminate near the
left,
floor to guide you to an exit indicated by signs and lights.
And check is
Keep in mind
complete.
the
Taxi
closest
checklist.
exit
Flight
may be
controls
behind
check.
you.
Flap settings.
In the event of an emergency, leave all belongings and proceed
radar
to the
predicted
closest
with auto.
usable
Auto.
exit.
Engine mode selected as normal. TCAM
If
memo
needed,
is
oxygen
takeoff.
masks
Well,
will
it's not
drop
takeoff.
from an overhead
Check that in a
compartment.
second.
Remain seated with your
Checklist
seatbelt
complete.
fastened and pull the mask down to start the flow of oxygen. Place the mask over your nose and mouth and put the elastic band over your head. Pull the straps to tighten and breathe normally. Put on your mask before helping others. Oxygen is flowing even if the bag does not inflate.
682 is ready to taxi. We have Foxtrot.
For flight 682, runway 23 right, cross Foxtrot to Tango 4 there, then Bravo, Bravo, Niner.
Pouch is equipped with an elastic harness. Remove the harness
Okay, cross
before
Foxtrot
opening
at
the
Tango
pouch.
4,
Take the
Bravo,
vest out
Bravo,
as
Niner,
shown on the
TU,
safety
right,
card and
682.
put it over your head. Wrap the strap around your waist, attach the buckle, and tighten. Inflate your vest as you leave the airplane by pulling down on the red tab or by blowing into the red tube. Never inflate the vest inside the airplane. All vests have a light that turns on automatically in the water. If necessary, an infant light vest will be distributed by a flight attendant. The safety card shows how to use it. We will be dimming the cabin lights for takeoff. Individual reading light controls are overhead. Federal regulations prohibit smoking, including the use of e-cigarettes.
Sign
vaping
says
devices
Tango. Oh no,
at
next
any
one's
time
Tango
on
6.
board
Okay.
the aircraft. These devices may not be plugged into any power source, including
Clear
USB
left.
ports and AC outlets. If you
Clear
are wearing
right.
a face covering, in the event oxygen masks drop from an overhead compartment, remove your face covering before placing the oxygen mask over your nose and mouth. We are coming through the aisle now for our final safety checks. We appreciate you choosing American. Enjoy your flight.
Alright, 8 cars check. Taxi out. Taxi out. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, takeoff no blue, checklist complete.
For flight 682, switch to advisory 127.45. Have a good flight up to New York.
Over to 12745. We'll see if things for the service for flight 682. I think this is a payware. It's an okay payware, this scenery. I forget who makes this. Is Field Air the one that we don't like? I can't keep track of all these developers anymore. There's just so many folks who've entered the market. All right, let's go. Lights, camera, action. Flight traffic pro flight 682, line up runway 23 right, departing on the Mexico 5. Looks good. They're mediocre to the nth degree. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's just what this feels like. It's better than stock, but it's mediocre. Clear. Still clear. Give us some lights for a second. Yeah. Alright, 2-3 right on the ground. 2-3 showing on the MFD. Okay, Manflex 35, Blue SOS runway green, both thrust good. Airspeed is alive. Knots. What's the back pressure? 100. 21. Gears coming up. can I not control the airplane here? What was that? This is the latest, yep. I don't know why it seemingly acted like I had zero control for a few seconds.
From all of us at American Airlines, we would like to thank you for flying with us today. A special welcome to Advantage members, One World frequent flyers, and Advantage credit card.
Yeah, like I felt like I kept like rolling, and I'm pulling back, and nothing was happening there.
You may also purchase alcoholic beverages using a debit or credit card. As we prepare for the onboard service, you may begin using approved electronic devices. Wi-Fi and free entertainment are available on today's flight. Connect to the AAinflight.com signal on your device to watch free movies and TV shows or to purchase Wi-Fi.
Alright, well, ATC's not online, so we'll make our final call, and we'll just load up the final.
Instructions and more information about our entertainment options are available in your back pocket. On today's flight, Advantage
Advantage 6,000, we'll start flying the final.
Savings on Wi-Fi and in-flight purchases. Card members can earn up to $25 back on in-flight Wi-Fi purchases, 25% savings on in-flight food and beverages, and enjoy preferred boarding. Not an Aviator card member? Ask a flight attendant for more details. While you are seated, please keep your seatbelt fastened and visible to the crew, even when the seatbelt sign is off, as turbulence can happen unexpectedly. When the seatbelt sign is off, you are free to move about the cabin. However, we do request that you not
Bring my mic volume up.
any area, especially around the galleys or lavatories.
What about... Really? It's maxed out. I can't make it any higher. Closer to my mouth, you say? How about this? Good. Okay. Alright. Landing lights off at 10,000, so APL doesn't have a fit. See, the drawback with this software is I can't do any proper mixing. I'm strongly considering going back to Beacon for that purpose. I like the SteelSeries sonar stuff. It's pretty lightweight and actually isn't garbage. And it does some very light mixing, and it seems to be reliable. However, there's no way to listen to the output. Yeah, and I know. I like to have the... Like, I don't know how I'm not blowing your ears out, because, like, that looks like it's peaking to me. That I think I could listen to. Testing 1, 2. Yeah, that does sound low. It sounds lower than I thought it would, if that makes sense. For it to be in the red. Oh, just didn't mention it. Oh, just leaving me high and dry, like with half a screen of a McDo screen up. Yeah. Oh, didn't get to mention it. Okay. Didn't get to, okay. Yeah, you're playing Final Fantasy. Yeah, so, I mean, I'm very picky with certain things. I've been streaming for on and off for being immersed in the music. I've been streaming on and off for I don't even know how many years, at least 7 or 8. Previously was streaming under a different name, and I've used my flight simulator appears to be frozen. That's new. It's definitely a new message that I have not seen before. V-Pilot definitely said go kick rocks. Doesn't see the simulator. I think we're fucked. I mean, it's running. This is weird. So the only thing I added is I put the McDo back. And in order to use this McDo, you have to do the screen pop-outs. That's the only thing that's changed on all the streams. So maybe the screen pop-out thing is not so happy. I'm going to give it a minute because that's kind of upsetting. And then we'll have to just restart the sim with... Yeah, no, I think the sim is hosed, is what I think. Like, I can't click anything. Nothing's going on here. I wonder if that was what was causing the sim to stop doing its thing before. Because it was kind of like freezing. It's like it was not reading my controls. Even though the sim was still running. It was doing some weird stuff. It was doing weird stuff earlier when I was testing the McDo. I'm gonna lock the rig just in case this thing snaps out at some point and I go fucking eating. Damn, that sucks. I hate setting up the whole plane for nothing. It was doing some weird stuff before when I was doing my testing, but I thought that's because I was using the MSI Afterburner to make a determination on... and it's not like the monitor still works that's in this thing. So the only thing I don't like about this McDo, and it was the only one out at the time, is you need to... whatchamacallit, you need to pop the screen out. And that's the one thing that I do really like about the Cockpit Simulator 1, is you don't have to pop the screen out. It just hooks into the sim somehow and sends the data and works excellent. I'm going with we're broken, so without further ado. But yes, Iowa, to your point, I used to use Voicemeeter, I used Wavelink, I used Beacon. The two that and then now I'm using the SteelSeries software, mainly because I just have the SteelSeries headset, and I had taken a break from streaming, and I figured I didn't need any fancy features. Now, with that said, we need to knock this down here. Flight Simulator is there. Using 0.5% of CPU. With that said, I really like Voicemeeter is probably... Beacon and Voicemeeter are probably my favorite of the two. The only reason that I don't use them is because I like the, the fake surround sound of this headset. And... gonna dump that out because it's 100% dead. Damn, that's really kind of annoying, actually. Okay, so let's have to make some quick changes here. So I don't use Voicemeeter and I don't use Beacon mainly because I lost out on the virtual surround sound in the headset, which I mean realistically is probably not the biggest deal in the world. Okay, the motion rig. Thanks, Fango. Welcome and thank you. We just had a quick sim crash here, which I think was my doing. Um, hmm. All right, so probably should have ran a flight or two with that as it was to maybe possibly avoid these issues. I'm also really hoping that when WinWing comes out with their MICDO, that they do not use a pop-out method and that they hook into the sim, which I think they're going to do because I have the WinWing MIPS and they hook into the sim, into DCS. They do not. They do not. This is what we were using in case anyone is interested. This is the. I wish I could. I need to bring this up so I could see what I'm even showing to people. Here we go. This is the A320 FCU. It rocks off of Moby Flight. I 3D printed a little thing for the back here. And yeah, I mean, for the most part, this works good. This is the first crash to desktop I've had today, which may or may not be related, and we're going to find out in a hot second here. Technical difficulties. This is why we're hashtag Team Scuff. This is. You have the Arctis 7. The headset. I don't remember what this is. Maybe it's that one? It's the one with the little base station with the hot swappable batteries. I like it. Honestly, this is probably my favorite headset out of there's a couple things that I'm indecisive about, and it's audio software and my headsets. I've used the Logitech G Pro X, the Virtuoso, and this. And I think this and the Corsair Virtuoso probably sound the best. I think the Virtuoso has a little bit of a better mic. The Logitech G Pro X, I think is just, I don't think it's good for the money. This is the Cockpit Simulator 737 CDU for all things 737 and Boeing. Back from the ads. Oh, so what I was saying, Iowa, is, yeah, I crashed Fortnite. Sim dumped out, which we're going to restart here in a second. So I wanted to do 3 legs, and maybe we'll be lucky if we even get to 2 at this point. While I'm yapping, we could restart the sim, and hopefully everything connects. So I think it's the 7. It's the one with the hot swappable batteries. The ShamWow guy called from the other side. He said you can't have his ShamWow. What are we ShamWowing? Anyway, so while the cockpit simulator is expensive, it's just a USB and power. And honestly, most of the time it works with just the USB. You don't even need the power. And everything works, so that's good. What are we ShamWowing? Oh, that is the jingle of my people telling me that, do you want to start in safe mode? Yeah, so I really like this headset. I think it's the best sounding, right up there with the Corsair Virtuoso. I think the Corsair Virtuoso has a better mic. And the Logitech G Pro X, I feel, has nothing going for it as far as I'm concerned. I mean, battery life was kind of okay, but I mean, I think it was just junk. Yeah, I had 2 with the Logitechs. For some reason, the mic on the stock. Um, the stock G Pro X, the wired one, was actually pretty good. The one of the the wireless one was not so hot. My ADD's kicking. I need to put the iPad back. All right, so we'll just have to do this with the iPad tablet. I wonder if. Huh. I wonder if. Um. Oh, Lena, these are the shorts version of those joggers, by the way. Oh, why is this doing that? Oh, that's why. Okay, that works. Dave, what's going on? Um, let's cancel this. Load that. I'm probably not gonna be able to start it because I'm okay. Make sure to watch it on Switch on my phone. Nice. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate that. Yeah, I just had a sim crash, which was a little annoying. Not really sure why it did that. And the only thing I was doing different was the. You know what? If it does, I couldn't even tell you where to check it. I was just I was testing out using the 320 McDo I bought a long time ago from A320FCU.com, and it works good, but the show it again on stream. It works good, but the um the screen works on the pop outs. You have to do the in-sim pop outs and drag it over and stuff, which kind of sucks. And that's the only thing I could think of that caused the crash. Because it's the only thing that's different other than updating the Phoenix. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. We'll give this another run. And if that goes smooth, I'll have to do some more testing. Before I try and use it. It was doing some weird stuff earlier, but I thought it was just because I was playing around with too much. Yeah, I can't wait to get the shipping notification. There's another new toy I kind of want, but I'm kind of not pulling the trigger yet. Reset the panel. I haven't used it in a while, iOS, so I'm not sure. Mainly because, and it's nothing, it's a great unit, aside from the whole pop-out scenario. I've mainly just been lazy and using the iPad, and using the iPad because I can switch between X-Plane, Musfus, all the different planes, and between the web FMC and between the program Web FMC Pro for X-Plane, the stock Phoenix, and AviaWorks, like I pretty much can fly anything with just the iPad without having to switch hardware out and stuff. I don't think this is reconnected to. Why do the keys not work in this thing? Sometimes this open track really upsets me. Let's just restart open track. There we go. Let's do this, set cam. Okay. So yeah, I don't even know if this guy is here or he disconnected. He must have got off now. Oh well, guess we won't have ATC for this. I mean, not that ground was really doing much for us, but oh well. Alright, let's try this. Yeah, it's with the, I have the Grass Monkey Track IR thing. Alright, aircraft is loaded. And I even have SPAD set up that when I flip the panel, it changes the overhead light a little bit. Alright, 5 minutes and blast off here. No, I'm just using my iPad. The 737, it's a little bit different layout, and the Cockpit Simulator 737 one that I have, you can't really, at least from what I've seen, you can't really program it for the Airbus. So I could program the buttons if I wanted to, but the screen wouldn't work. Because the screen in that one just works as, it's not a monitor. So that I think is what caused my crash, is that one you have to do the pop-out panel thing and drag it over. And I haven't used the multi-monitor with the pop-out and all that in so long that I don't know what the gotchas are, right? I don't know if they broke something recently or not. I don't know. So yeah, I've been using the iPad for a while, even with the 737. Excuse me. Even though I have that, mainly just from ease of use. Like if I jump into X-Plane, if I jump into the PMDG or the Zebo or the Airbus or the CJ4, you can use the iPad as the FMC for that purpose. And it's just easier. It's set up. I have a cable here. It's plugged in all the time, and away I go. It's minimal setup. So it's really just from a laziness standpoint. I had even reprogrammed that to do the Boeing stuff and the Challenger. I actually wonder. I did just get an idea. Let's see if we can make it into LaGuardia, and then we might do the change and do the next leg. I forgot with the McDo on the tablet, if you tap in the center screen, it makes just the screen display and removes all the buttons, and I could use it with that. And that should work unless something else caused my sim crash. So we'll find out here in a second. You're doing the pop-outs too. That didn't cause you any issues, Dave? Because that's essentially the same thing.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Okay. So then maybe it wasn't that. I don't know. We'll see if maybe that was a fluke. I know I restarted my PC from earlier, so that shouldn't be an issue.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
I forgot that I could do the tap and make it full screen.
Locking gear.
Coffee delivery. I did not realize that much time had passed. My wife had a class at 5. I didn't realize it's almost 6 o'clock already, so that happened. Alright, APU's up, everything is good. Let's go ahead.
Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Traffic Pro Flight 682, pushing back from gate Charlie 11. Raleigh.
Set parking brakes.
Let's make sure all the ACAR stuff is working. Let's hit restart flight on this.
Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Two good starts, trim is set, controls up, down, right. Let's just flip it over. Left, right, up, down, rudder, rudder. Okay. Mic check. Am I not even on pilotage? I mean, never.
Mic check.
Raleigh traffic, Brooklyn 682 is taxiing up Bravo 9 to 230 right. Take off, no blue. See if I might not have motion rig for this without a full PC restart. Oh, I locked it. That's why. Yes. Right. I forgot I locked the rig to make sure when I got out of it, it wasn't going to be an issue. Raleigh traffic, Brooklyn 682, lining up 23 right, departing on the Bexco 5. Raleigh. Man, Flicks 35 blue SS for 1. Blue airspeed 5. Dave, do you get any performance hit when you do the screen pop outs? Because I had a really bad one before too. 100 knots, release the back pressure. Positive rate. Gear is coming up. Man, look at that. That is a hell of a scene. Can't wait to see what this looks like in 2024. Traffic, Brooklyn 682, clear all runways 1,400 for 6,000. Turning direct, inbound. Yeah, that's what I was reading. Speed check, flaps up. That's what I was reading is, yeah, so far the sim's running way better now. But that's what I was reading is when you do the pop outs, you can get a FPS hit. Traffic from flight 682 is 4,000 meters. Final flight 350. Direct aim high, about 30 miles out. The final call, switch mode being
From all of us at American Airlines, we would like to thank you today. A special welcome to Advantage members, One World frequent flyers, and Advantage credit card holders. Shortly, we will begin our in-flight service. On this flight, we are offering a selection of complimentary beverages with a snack. You may also purchase alcoholic beverages using a debit or credit card. As we prepare for the onboard service, you may begin using approved electronic devices. Wi-Fi and free entertainment are available on today's flight. Connect to the aainflight.com signal on your device to watch free movies and TV shows or to purchase Wi-Fi. As a reminder, headphones must be worn when listening to entertainment. Instructions and more information about our entertainment options are available in your seatback pocket. On today's flight, Advantage
I'm telling you,
Aviator
Dave,
Red
there's
World Elite
sometimes,
Mastercard
and
holders
again,
will receive
it's
savings
only
on
going to get
Wi-Fi
better,
and
right?
in-flight purchases.
Like right now,
Card
we're
members
in,
can earn up to
and Hawk say all the
$25
time, we're in the
back off
golden
in-flight
age
Wi-Fi
of flight
purchases,
simulation.
25% savings on
Autopilot
in-flight
went
food and
on,
beverages,
coming up
and
on
enjoy
10K,
preferred boarding.
kick off
Not an Aviator
the
card member? Ask a flight attendant for
flights.
more details. While you are seated, please keep your seatbelt
We're like in the
fastened and
golden
visible
age
to
of
the crew,
flight
even
sim.
when the
Like,
seatbelt
I
sign
say
is
it all
off,
the
as
time.
turbulence can
I
happen
remember being
unexpectedly.
back in the
When
days
seatbelt
of
sign is off, you are
FSX
free
and
to move about the cabin.
P3D,
However, we do
getting
request
10 to
that you
13
not
FPS in the
congregate in any
PMDG
groups in any areas,
737
especially
landing
around
into
the galleys or
JFK.
lavatories.
It was just
If you open an
unflyable. You
overhead
couldn't go
compartment,
into a
use caution
populated
as
area.
carry-on items may have shifted during takeoff. Enjoy your flight.
But now, we have good performance and good visuals. You know, there's some scenes that I've seen wing views of that, again, if you didn't know any better, you'd be like, wait a minute, that looks like real. But then you're like, hold on, if you look closely, you can spot, you know, the syntheticness of it all. Yeah, I already pulled the trigger and pre-ordered 2024. I'm all in at this point. You're synthetic, Corgi. What do you think about the much smaller installation footprint to a streaming everything to just the coverage? You know, that is probably my biggest concern with 2024. And it's not to say that even 2020 is not reliant on the cloud. You're not going to get live weather and multiplayer and any of the other online services, right? I get nervous when you're streaming core functions of the game. Like, okay, let's say there's an issue with the streaming. You could still fly. You could throw a preset in. You could use Active Sky. And it might just not be exactly what you're looking for, but you can still play in 2020. What concerns me is core parts of the sim are going to be streamed in 2024, from what I understand. So, nice, I know. So that part does make me nervous. So I don't know. I mean, it's going to be a wait and see. I don't know of any other game. I mean, I know, like, I think PlayStation or Steam, you can do like remote play where you can play like games remotely. Dave, I don't even want to tell you what me and Hawks ordered. You constantly get disconnected errors in current, and it always seems to happen when I'm on. It sure never has problems, right, boss? This is happening on short file. I'm trying to keep it. Yeah. Yeah, and you get that pop. Like, who thought that was a good idea? Where it's like, bam, right where you'd see the runway. Hey, you're disconnected. You won't have live weather. It's like, come on. That could be a little thing in the corner. It doesn't need to be a big pop-up. I did pop for the collector's edition, Dave. Like I said, I'm nervous about the situation with 2024 and the streaming, but also, this is for Cat 3. Yeah, I mean, it happens. What's up, Melons? How are you? It happens. What I will say, Melons, you're coming in right after all the technical difficulties. Good times. Good timing. Yeah, Corgi, that's another big one. I was gonna do the Aviator edition, And then I was just like, you know what? I kind of want the model and some of the other stuff. So I was kind of like, you know what? At this point, why not? I almost feel like it's like a part of history at this point. 737 and longitude Viper. I'm pretty sure most of these complaints are I'm gonna have to jump over to this because that screen is so small. Half your message is already scrolled off. Glide slope to runways is a big one. Glide slope to runways, you know. I mean, it also, I guess, depends on the scenery too, right? I forgot what airport I was going into, that the glide slope would have had me in the trees, and luckily I broke out just in time that I was able to see that I was going to be in the trees and be in the dirt long before we got to the runway. Was it RDU? No. I feel like it was Dallas Love recently. I don't know why I feel like, or Houston, yeah, or maybe that. Yeah. I never used On Air. How is it? Citations. I like the TBM too, but I'm a little biased because of the Hot Start TBM and X-Plane 11. I won't say X-Plane 12 because it's not released yet, and I kind of wish it was. Because I'd like to use it at 12. But, I mean, I'm hearing things where I think I Builds was just saying that they're pretty much pulling out of thank you for the follow. I have a love-hate with it, Redbox. Unpopular opinion. I can't stand that they use the stock sounds. I would probably fly it more and overlook some of the other Musfussisms if they did a sound pack for it like the their other aircraft. The fact that they copied and pasted it, the sounds from the TBM-9, it's just got like this like swarm of bees sound, and it's just like, it drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. The only other thing, I can even look past the sounds. There's one thing, and I think it's a Musfuss issue. Is the landing flare. That plane seems to float a lot. And comparing it to the TBM-9, which many pilots have said is as close to the real thing in a sim as you'll get, weather is another one. It's 12 sounds like okay, fair. The landing flare in the TBM, from what I've read, the TBM has a like 6.5 or 7 inch, I can't remember the exact number, prop clearance from the prop to the asphalt, to the ground. So they say you typically need to land that plane with power in and fight to keep the nose up, or you'll have a prop strike. Prop strikes seemingly are common in TBMs. What I've noticed in Musfuss is, for some reason, that plane wants to keep flying down to like 50-55 knots from you. For whatever reason, I don't know, it floats a lot, and that is not really a floaty plane. Hello, turbulence. It's not really a floaty plane. Yeah. I came in like on speed, and you know, I almost have to land that plane like the Cessna, where it's like I'm at 100 feet and I have to chop the power to start bleeding off enough energy to get a normal landing in the touchdown zone. So that's probably my biggest peeve. I'd probably be able to look past the sounds if it wasn't for that. Will the weather radar work? I'm gonna say unknown. I've consumed a lot of this 2024 content that just released lately. And I'm going to say I don't know, and I'm probably going to go with what Corgi just said, and it's going to be no. Before 2024, definitely not. In 2024, so there's two aspects of it. No one asked the question about a weather radar API for third-party devs from this content that just came out. When these guys were being interviewed, there was a, will we get a weather radar? And York said in the new sim, it's possible now, we could do the tilt and all that stuff. The problem is the distance. He didn't elaborate on what kind of distance, but he said there's like a memory requirement, something. No, probably not. Yeah, I agree. He says it's doable, but no one said the magic words of, is an API doable? Because I want to see it here. Stock planes, that's great. You know, we already have something kind of sort of the stock planes, but I want to see it here. Now, he did say distance. Didn't elaborate on what distance is. I know in this, I'm going to assume if it's the same as 2020. In 2020, I think it's like 150 mile radius around your aircraft that the next rad will pull in what's going on with the weather. I'm going to assume that's the same distance he's talking about, is that's going to be the limitation. I think I probably speak for everyone when I say, if you could give me 100 to 150 miles and that's it because it's a technical limitation, I will still take it. Yeah. I will still take it if I could see up to 150 miles in the plane. Like something in the 320, it only goes up to 320 miles. I can make informed enough weather decisions with at least 160 based upon all the apps we have, ForeFlight, Navigraph, things like that. I would be okay with it. And I would much rather have anything than nothing. Even if you gave me 50 miles. 50 miles is at least something I could... You're going to know from your flight planning whether or not a storm cell is going to be anywhere near your route. And even 50, 100, 150 miles, I think you can make enough of a decision. I was Googling some of this stuff yesterday. Most GA aircraft, I think, could see 40 to 50. Most airliners, I want to say, is like up to 200. Well, exactly. Most airliners are up to 200. Most, like, the heavies, I was reading, like, the A350 can look and see with its weather radar up to 600 and something miles, which is insane. I don't need 600 miles. I just need something. I have no idea what's in front of me right now. So hopefully we get something. I know Seb was saying with turbulence in clouds, their problem yeah, I mean, I did it. I had to. I couldn't help myself. I don't mind pre-orders. It really depends on what it is. Pre-ordering, I think, was bigger back in the day, so that way they can... They can have enough copies available. Like pre-ordering Grand Theft Auto 5 when it came out, right? It's a CD. You need to make sure that GameStop had those CDs and stuff, right? So I can understand pre-ordering. Sometimes pre-ordering even gave you something a little bit earlier. Maybe you got 3 days early access to the game. Nowadays, pre-ordering doesn't make sense because, I mean, unless it's just to ease the overload on the servers, because you could pre-install the game days before. But you don't even need to pre-order for that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think 2024 is going to be worth it. I think it's going to be enough of an upgrade. I am intrigued about the jobs and the missions and the career. Like, I want to take the PPL check ride and see how does it compare to my PPL check ride when I took mine 4 years ago. You know, how does that work? What's the training like? I'm going to assume that it's going to be dumbed down to I want to relive my PPL. I actually enjoyed my PPL check run for 2 reasons. One, the day before, I had no nerves on my check ride. The day before, we were going up for one last flight just to practice some maneuvers and just keep comfortable in the plane, right? We go up, and you know, me and my instructor were just kind of quiet. I was just listening to the hum of the engine. We're climbing out. We get to 2,000 feet over the South Shore, and all of a sudden the engine stumbles, and I see the RPMs roll back. Humming along, 2400 RPM, I was like, and then it came right back up. And I was just like, check please. We could go back. My check right there was with a gusting 60 plus in altitude. Oh wow, that's nuts. That doesn't seem like a fun check ride. But yeah, so anyway, after that engine issue, we went back. We did the landing. We did some troubleshooting. It turns out it was a spark plug wire that I guess got loose and was arcing out onto the exhaust, right? So we land. It's no fly season. Oh, what were you near, like the fall or winter or something? So check ride comes. I had no nerves really. Gotcha. Yeah, winter flying sucks. Yeah, I did mine in the spring, so I had like a lot of the spring weather. It was marginal at best. We ended up pushing the check ride back a flight of it. Wow. Okay. We ended up pushing the check ride back a little bit later in the day, and I mean, my DP was cool. Very down to earth, wanted to, you know, hit you with like a couple of little carnal knowledge things that you're probably not going to get during your training. It was really cool stuff. Yeah, I mean, overall it was good. I remember we when we were done, I actually thought I failed my check ride. I forgot why. Oh, because during the engine out, we had a miscommunication of where I was picking the landing zone. And I had picked one part. He thought I pointed at something else. And again, you're in the airplane, you're pointing. You're not in each other's heads to know. And he's just like, oh, well, you're not going to make that. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I made this just fine. We'd be over here. And he's like, oh, I thought you meant that strip over there or whatever it was. He goes, no, you're all right. But I thought because of that miscommunication, I've heard things where, like, you know, they could fail you for that sort of stuff, you know. You know, if they thought you were going for one thing and it wasn't clear and you didn't clarify, you know, weird things that they could bang you on. But anyway, and then under the foggles, he had me tune the VOR, and I feel like I did that a little. I didn't feel like it was as clean as I could have done it. And anyway, so at the end, he's like, all right. He goes, well, do you want me to tell you if you passed now or after we land? And I'm like, I mean, I guess I'll go with now. Yes, all right. So I'm like, I guess we'll go now. He goes, well, you passed. He goes, you did really well. He goes, there's one caveat though. He goes, and I think he just wanted to show off. He goes, there's one caveat. like, if you mess this landing up going back in, he goes, I have to fail you. He goes, do you want me to take the landing? And I'm like, you know what, sure. And he goes like, yeah, I want to show you something. He was trying to get off on the first taxiway on 1-4. It was actually really close to getting. But he's like, I was trying to get that exit, the first one, which was like, I think it was like sub 1,000. I forget what it was. It was something really close. He was doing like a short field. But yeah, that was that. But anyway, long story short of all this rambling, what I wanted to say was, I have a feeling he was always with me. Has me. To a pyramid scheme like 2 weeks later. That's funny. Pyramid scheme. So, where I'm going with all this with 2024 is they have apparently a whole criteria with training laid out and check runs. What does that look like? The amount of hours and training that real world pilots have to, there is no way that's realistic or that they're going to make it realistic. There's no way. I can't see how they would do it. Or is there going to be an oral exam or some sort of multiple choice question or test that they give you? Do they give you an actual check? Like I need answers. I need to know. But there's no way. Like going all the way up to an ATP, I'm assuming. And I'm not either. And that's why I'm saying I think it's going to be very watered down. There's no way that they're going to have you go up and do all this air work and maneuvers and steep turns and this and that and the other thing and do your short field and soft field takeoffs and landings. There's no way. I don't even know how they would be able to grade you on that stuff if you did everything right. Like I just, and that's just the PPL. There's the instrument rating. There's there's the instrument rating, ATP, commercial. Like you're gonna do I can't even think of what some of the commercial moves are. Chandelles and lazy eights and things like that. Like, are you gonna be doing all these maneuvers in the sim to earn all these ratings? I feel like it's gonna be a little bit watered down, which again I'm okay with for the home sim. But I'm intrigued and I want to see what it's like. I want to see what some of the training's like. I'm curious on feedback of others who have the other ratings. I have enough knowledge. I have the PPL. I never took the IR, but I had all the training completed, and we were in check ride prep before I stopped flying. So, I was going to say, I have a good idea of what that check ride was going to be. Like, that was all reviewed already. But past that, like, once you get into commercial, ATP, multi-engine, or whatever they end up giving you, I don't really know what's going to be involved in that. So I'm very curious. I'm very curious to hear what other folks say. I don't know. I'm excited for it. I think it's... Jesus, this is a ride. I keep getting these flights where I have full 90-degree gusting crosswinds at altitude. And it's just caused me to weather vane nasty. Now I know that I'm probably going to regret what I'm going to do after I land. And that's plug back in the McDo. I guess we're starting to get into that time of year where we're going to have these larger, more gusting headwinds and stuff, right? But here's the thing. I don't know if... Let's take a look at Active Sky. Is this Active Sky doing it? I need to know. Yes. Active Sky is giving me light to moderate cat right now. That's what's happening. I like the little debug option that Active Sky has. It's pretty cool. You can kind of get an idea of what it's trying to do to you. Alright, we need an ADC card for 33 minutes. An ADC rather than a card. Now they actually have simulator restart in here. I thought they had simulator crash. Yes. I wish we had a way that we could, yeah. I wish we had a way that we can use that with ProFlight somehow. I mean, I know it's just this plane. Well, I'm going to say that I'm impressed with Active Sky right now because there is turbulence reported all along this route. Why would you be bored? Ah, is it because you just have to sit the whole time? Yeah. You'll be yelling at PAX to have a seat because they're gonna want to get up. My wife loves to get up during like turbulence. I say it once and I'm done. You smash your head into the ceiling of the airplane, that's on you. Any ATC. Tomic, DCA, GSO, I don't know why I can't think of what GSO is right now. It's GSO again. I feel like it's like, should be familiar. What's up, Infidel? How are you? Alright, we're going runway 4. Scattered, broken, and overcast. 1,500 is ceiling. We got temperature 19. Greensboro, okay. 006. awesome, man. Congrats. I'm doing good, doing good. Getting back into streaming, get back into content creation. Good stuff. Boards are out. Alright, we need to be Ridgy at 270. Oh, can we make it? I think we're gonna make it. We got Ridgy, Smyrna above 240, Skippy below 22, above 90, Bessie above 17, Edger below 17, above 13, Davis at 13, Brand at 11, Corey at 10. That's that. This just looks so cool to me. I don't want to go to DCA after this. But I'm also getting hungry. Why not one? Maybe I'll do it. I'm used to like a delay. That was actually a pretty quick response to me saying it. That's why I was confused. I'm getting hungry. That's the problem. And I have to cook. So it's like... DoorDash and all those things are so expensive. Like, I wanted to get halal for lunch. Halal is $9.99 a plate at the place by me. Right? Great value. Once you jump on over to Grubhub, and I go to Grubhub because with Amazon Prime, you get, like, all the services waived. So, jump on over to Grubhub, and the price right at the gate is $13.99 per plate. Okay. And then there's like it's a discounted fee. I don't even know who would use these services without paying for like the plus variant, because the services that get waived, it's like $5.99 for one thing, and there's another fee that's like $2.99. So right away, without even tipping your driver, you're like in for over 30 bucks. And then once you add like a tip in there, like I feel like this thing came out to like $40-something. And I just ended up service fee, app fee in your first. Exactly. I just went in the car and I picked it up myself. And it cost me like $23 to go and get the 2 orders. The difference is it was a half hour my time round trip. Shame I spent that much. What? Exactly, Melons. You know, I'm sitting here going, I can't. Like a decade ago when I started eating halal, it was like $6 a plate. Now it's 10. Fine, inflation, no big deal. $10 is great value. It's a big, heavy ass plate of food. It's like 3 pounds. I cannot take what should be $20-something and double that just to have DoorDash bring me something that's 15 minutes from my house. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm ashamed to say I've done it before when I was really in a jam, and that's really what I'll have to reserve things like DoorDash and Grubhub for, because it is just ungodly expensive. There's no reason for that. There's no reason for that. Couple of dollars and tip your driver, sure. You can't tell me that Grubhub, and I feel like the restaurant, that's alright, well, that's a legit reason. That's a legit reason. Yeah. Just can't do it. Like, I have a feeling that Grubhub, let's say, charges the restaurant a fee out of the gate, right? And I think that's why most restaurants, their prices on Grubhub are seemingly a couple of dollars more per item than if you just picked it up yourself, right? So I'm assuming they're doing like a convenience fee to the restaurant to be like, hey, you're on our service, we're getting your exposure, we want some bucks. So they go, okay, you'll get your bucks, but I'm going to have to hit my consumer. They're going to pay for that, and they're going to raise the price. So that's strike number 1 against those things. Then you add all the fees. I don't even know how I got to $40-something. I'm gonna look. Man, my information just must be leaked all over the web. I get non-stop spam calls and texts daily now. It's wild. Let's see. Let's take a look. Yeah, they charge you for everything. I mean, I get that they're going to charge you, but why would you hit the restaurants? Because without the restaurants, I mean, unless they're just not, and they're raising the money themselves. But it's seemingly... So it's $13.99 for what I get, chicken over rice. Edit that for quantity too to make it exactly what it was before. So, right out of the gate now, it's $28 for the 2 plates. The delivery fee is free with Grubhub Plus through Prime. and the service fee is $2.24. Then you get your tax, and you're looking at $32.82 without adding a tip to your driver. Now, what does everyone tip their drivers on Grubhub? Because this thing throws me in at 20%, and he's getting a $6.50 tip, and then, well, now we're looking at $40-something. So, I don't know if I agree with the percentage-based tipping that Grubhub does. Like, you typically, I feel, you tip the percentage of the meal to, like, your servers and the cook and whatever, you know, things like that. But I need some drag. Yeah, I know. I've heard that. Other countries don't get down like that, so they're always like, "What is this tipping?" Like, just pay your employees. You know, if the delivery fee, I'm going to assume that the way this works is the delivery fee of $4 goes to your driver. That's them getting paid to deliver your food. That's their paycheck. But then the tip is also going to your driver. And then the service fee would go to Grubhub. That's the model that makes sense. I don't think that's accurate, though. I think part of that delivery fee goes to the driver, but I think it's also going to Grubhub. I think they get a cut. I'd have to Google. I'm sure Reddit's got some good info on this. You tip $5 no matter. I feel like 5 is a fair amount for tipping, especially in today's inflation times. I feel like that's good. You know, I used to do deliveries when I was younger, when I was like 18, for the local deli, and I remember, at least everything's digital now, I remember people giving me a handful of quarters as a tip. Like, just nasty, nasty work. Alright, lights on. Auto brakes medium. ILS 4, we're about to get into the soup here. Paper route. Yeah, I never did the paper route. But I did the deli, and I remember getting handfuls of change. I feel like some people did it, like, to be disrespectful. Area traffic. Pro Flight 682 is descending out of 12,000 from 10,000. Coming up on Corey, you should be ILS for 60 miles an hour. Yeah, no one really got the paper by me when I lived in Queens. That, like, wasn't even a thing when I was growing up. Like, people just went to, like, a local deli that was, like, up the street. Just buy a copy like the Daily News. That's what my grandfather used to do.
flight attendants to prepare for landing.
Let's see what this looks like from. That does look pretty cool. Kind of easy with the fumbling landings. It doesn't take much for me to fumble a landing in the 319. What's up, Captain Sleep? Yeah, yep. The local bodegas. We had a guy, it was the Italian deli down the block from me, and ran by this guy Guido, called him Greedo. So you try and nickel and dime you for everything. Captain Sleep, is there any update? A couple of things were fixed. Supposedly, Say Intentions integration for CPDLC was fixed. I tried to get that to work, and it did not. And it looks like on their forums that other people are reporting the same thing. So, I don't believe it's fixed just yet. Well, listen, I hope it's not. My biggest problem in this plane is remembering to flare more. I don't flare enough in this plane. In the 321, I flare perfectly. I keep it like 5 degrees nose up, between 5 and I think 7. Anything more than 9 is a could be a tail strike. But in this plane, like I feel like I don't pull back enough. Any performance? I know they did say something about, excuse me, performance. I don't think I've noticed. I would have. I mean, if we're talking a couple FPS, I probably wouldn't notice. I get like 30 on the ground at LaGuardia, and that was about what I was getting when I was doing some testing earlier. Excuse me. I did have a crashed desktop earlier. I don't know if it's related to the update or something with me. I was trying to get my old A320 McDo working, and it works off as like a monitor. So you have to pop out the McDo screen and put it in there and all that. Me being a dummy and not realizing, I could have just opened it up in the browser and used the full screen version of that in there. So that's what I want to try and do after we land at LaGuardia, and see if that works without crashing the sim. We'll see. So far, Gordy, did you do that? check for any ATC coming online. Boston's on, Bradley's on. Bit high. Dangle the Dunlops here. Already tried to go flat 682 to my final wave. And speed check, flaps on. Check, flaps full.
According to traffic experience 403, we're holding short Charlie Yankee, waiting for traffic on final for runway 4. LaGuardia.
And traffic, 618, 595,
1,000.
LGA drive balance 682, short
500. Hundred above. Minimum.
Continue.
One hundred.
Light slow.
They were gonna do something.
40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
First green.
LaGuardia traffic for runway 403. We're going to cross runway 4 at Charlie Yankee behind the beautifully landed A319 LaGuardia.
Thank you.
We would like to be the first to welcome you to your destination. As a reminder,
Suck up.
please stay seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is off. Keep the aisle clear of all items. Don't forget to check your seat back pocket and surrounding area to ensure you have all your belongings like cell phones, tablets, or chargers.
Taxiing to
When you open the
Bravo
overhead
17
compartment, please be
via
careful
Golf
as items may
Alpha
have shifted in
Spot
flight.
2.
You may now use your cell phone. We know you have a choice in airlines, so whether you're staying or just passing through, we thank you for choosing American Airlines to be a part of your journey. To help keep the airplane cool, please lower your window shades and open the air vents prior to leaving the airplane. If you are no longer using your reading light, please turn it off. Thank you for your assistance.
Where am I getting a ding from? Oh, LaGuardia ground is on. 121.7. Yeah, LaGuardia ground, pro flight 682. Didn't see y'all on there. Looking to taxi to gate Bravo 17.
And Pro Flight 682 LaGuardia ground, no worries. You can taxi to the ramp via Bravo Golf Golf Alpha.
Bravo Golf Golf Alpha to the ramp. That's 682. Coming up on Golf Golf. Right here. The fuck? I don't have a PFD right now. I fucked up. Oh, I have 15. How is GSX still fucking broken? How many updates does this thing need to get it right?
LaGuardia ground, November 786, 5 Alpha requesting Alpha commutes to Boston. November 7865 Alpha, LaGuardia ground, you're cleared to the Boston International Airport via Tennis 6 departure, radar vectors merit then is filed. Maintain 5,000, expect 17,010 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 125.32, squawk 1004. Clear for Boston via Tennessee 6 departure, radar vectors to merit then as filed. Climb to 5,000, 17,010 minutes after departure. Departure 125.32, squawk 1004, November 7865 Alpha. And November 7865 Alpha, your readback is correct. You can push and start at your discretion. Contact me, ready to taxi, holding short of taxiway Alpha.
Doors, stand by for all call.
Okay, contact holding short Alpha, November 65 Alpha, thank you.
I'm not 100%
November 65 Alpha, information X-ray is current. You can expect runway 13. Expecting 13, November 65 Alpha.
How did Twitch do? Don't understand why GSX hurts me so much. Oh, GSX. What time is it? I'm gonna be eating too late. I want to go to DCA. You know what it is? Because the other day, before I just did these last two updates that they just dropped, it worked flawlessly. I turned around, I opened the door to the flight deck, and everybody was coming in peacefully. They were taking their seats. All was right in the world. And then, fast forward, I do these two updates. Completely breaks everything. It gets stuck at the pushback. I don't know why it is. Yeah, I need to eat. If I didn't have to cook, I would. But I might just call it here. And maybe tomorrow we go to DCA. We'll see. We'll see what I feel like flying. Let's kill that. Let's kill that. Let's stop spitting people around. And then we'll have a chance to retest the McDo with the web browser trick and see if that works. Or maybe I'll test it later tonight after I eat, off stream, so I don't have to send you guys all into the tizzy of technical difficulties. How's that sound? That sounds actually fantastic. I am going to go, yeah, here you go, make a quote. I'm going to go make myself pancakes for dinner. Pancakes for dinner, kids. And I'm very excited. Because pancakes are probably my favorite food. Those pancakes, that's amazing. My wife gets this really good mix from Whole Foods. It's the complete, mainly, and you should stop by my stream starting soon, TM. Okay. We'll swing in. Maybe I'll throw you up on the Google Home in the kitchen while I'm whipping up some pancakes. But all right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around with all my technical difficulties. I believe that was Jeffrey B. LaGuardia Ground. So we're gonna go give him a raid on the way out because he just gave us some little bit of ATC on the way in. Alright. Yeah, he just started streaming. He must have just came on right as I land. Alright, I'll hop in there in a sec. Alright, everyone, thanks for watching. Stick around. We are going to go raid Jeffrey B, who just gave us LaGuardia Ground, our quick taxi instructions in. So go say hi over there. And we might be back tomorrow night with the DCA trip. So we're going to have a great night. And stick around for the raid.
Opened up the script and went out.